showing you how to polymer finish a putter. And I wanted to start out by explaining a little bit about airbrushing, because that's what we're going to be doing to apply the finish. So as you can see here, I've sandblasted this putter, or I got all the blemishes off of it, sandblasted it with 180 grit aluminum oxide, and then now I've put this stainless steel hanging wire. I bunched it up and kind of forced it down the hosel here, and so now I can just, you know, freely hold it without touching the putter. Alright, now we're going to start with the materials that we need for the airbrushing. I use a compressor. Since I have a compressor, I just use that for the air source. You can also purchase a there's like little cans that you can use of compressed air if you don't have a compressor, but I don't know how you're going to sandblast the club without a compressor. Right here I've got the hose that is actually attached to my compressor right now. It's got all the normal attachments that I had showed in my sandblasting tutorial. And how you attach the airbrush to this is through a couple of attachments. First, this is just a standard, I forget what they're called, but this is what we attach the hose to, right like that. So we have to get this piece, and then I think it's a coupling, that's what they call it. So this piece, and then this is a part that I bought off Hobby Masters, which attaches to the airbrush hose. So we'll screw these together, and I'll usually tighten it with a wrench, but I'm not going to do that right now. And then once you've got these two parts put together, you take your little air hose and screw that on to that part, and then finally you can attach the main compressor hose to this. So you're all attached on this end. Now the other end looks the same, and this is what's going to attach to the airbrush. So right now I just have the tops of the airbrush. I'll attach the hose here, make sure it's pretty tight, and then finally the final attachment is to the container that you'll have the polymer in. In this instance, I put water in here because I'm going to demonstrate how to actually airbrush, and I wanted to use water so I didn't make a mess everywhere. So we'll screw this on, and your airbrush is completely ready to use. I've got the compressor set to 20 psi, which is that's like my favorite pressure to airbrush at. There will be several recommendations at what you can airbrush it at, but that's probably my favorite for this polymer. I just wanted to show you briefly how to do this. I got a towel here to collect the water, but what you're going to do with the polymer is you put the polymer in this container here, and then this is a single action airbrush, which is really simple. It's all you need for this, and all you're going to do is press this button down, and you can see that sprays out water. So you'll hold it about this far and then just kind of spray just like this. So that's basically what you're going to want to do for the polymer. And then once you've sprayed and it's completely covered, you absolutely do not want to touch it to anything, and you'll bring it directly to the oven. Attach this stainless steel hanging wire to an oven rack and then let it hang freely in the oven, and you'll heat it at about, I prefer about 305, and I put it in the oven at 305 for 1 hour, and once it's done I'll take it out and it should be completely hardened and ready to go. Last, I just wanted to show you what the product looks like. This is John Norrell Moly Resin, and this is flat black colored. I'll show you a quick and easy way to put this in the container that you're going to need it in. I bought this online. It's just a slightly bigger airbrush container. I've got a little bit of polymer already in it, but I want to make it almost completely full. So a good way to do this, and let me tell you, this stuff is messy. If you spill this anywhere, it's not coming out. The only way that you can get this out of pretty much anything is with acetone, and that's before it's cured. So if you don't heat it, it can come out with acetone, but I really suggest that you stay as clean as possible. So I just screw on this cap here, which is literally the cap from one of these bottles that you buy just about anywhere at a golf store on GolfWorks. And so I got this, and then I'll just tip this in and spray it in here. So just fill it up, and then you should be ready to go.